Hi, I'm Jane Booth. I'm a senior lecturer in sociology and social policy here at the University of Wolverhampton. I teach on a range of modules across both disciplines. One module is the first year module, the sociological imagination, in which we look at how sociology can help us understand the things that we do every day that we might take for granted, such as eating, wearing clothes, and listening to music, and the kind of social processes that might influence those choices. I also teach on the third year module, the global world, that looks at how we are connected across the globe, how local, national, and global communities are linked together, and the impact that has on our everyday lives. And I also teach on the third year module, approaches to poverty and social exclusion, where we look at how government policy and the ideology underpinning that policy, how that impacts on people's patterns of poverty and social exclusion. However, I also teach on modules that give students an opportunity to get a placement or get some experience volunteering in a local organisation. So I teach on a second year module called Volunteering in Action, and there people can get some experience working in a public sector organisation like a school, or in a charity such as Victim Support or Citizens Advice. And they're able to draw on their experiences as a volunteer to reflect on themselves, and that is the basis of their assessment. I also teach on the third year independent project module, which gives students the option to actually carry out a piece of research that may benefit a local community organisation. So instead of just carrying out a piece of academic research, which is important, we're actually working with a local organisation to carry out research that will benefit their organisation and benefit their ability to provide a service to their service users. So let me give you some examples. We've had a student in the past who carried out some research for Citizens Advice Wolverhampton, and that helped them in their ability to provide advice services to the deaf community. Another student designed a booklet to advertise the range of services that were provided by a group called Warsaw Black Sisters Collective. And they are an organisation that work to provide support for those considered to be an ethnic minority or those who are considered to be deprived in their community. And finally, another student carried out research for a group called Project Give. And they provide schools with resources and training to support female pupils who maybe are dealing with period poverty. So they not only support them with providing sanitary wear for their pupils that otherwise perhaps wouldn't be able to afford it, but they also support them by providing awareness training and support for those pupils. And this has especially been welcome as these charities and community organisations have, like the rest of us, had to adapt to working in the light of the coronavirus pandemic. So those students have managed to do that project even while we have been under lockdown. And that has provided huge amounts of help to the local community in Wolverhampton. And this interest in those kinds of modules reflects my own research interest, which is in social disadvantage and particularly in community engagement. So I'm involved in research projects that look at co-production, which is a form of community engagement that believes that design and delivery of any welfare service will be better and much more efficient if it gives a leading voice to those who are actually going to use that service. An example of that is a project I'm doing with colleagues at the University of Bradford, and it's called Dying to Talk. And that project is working closely with young people, and young people are taking the lead in a lot of that project, helping us to design resources to get young people in schools and youth clubs and so on talking and feeling more comfortable talking around the topic of bereavement, death and dying. So there's lots of exciting things going on in sociology in the University of Wolverhampton, and I very much look forward to talking to you more about them when you join us here at the university.